more flight. Whiskey round table. Oh, Greg, Karen, and the whiskey wizard talking facts and tastings. They've got you covered. Whiskey round table. Oh.
Welcome to the Whiskey Roundtable. We are your hosts,
Big G.
Karen Helen Keller,
Doug Dunbar.
And
Jennifer Boggs.
Jennifer Boggs, our guest
Special
today.
guest tonight.
Special guest today.
we
Right.
got some female extras at the table, thankfully, finally.
We're almost outnumbered. But
Our
thank God I'm
first
two people.
guest since COVID.
Yes,
this?
our first guest since COVID.
Since-
Yeah,
COVID,
first
yes.
guest since COVID, right?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Very good.
That's what I'm talking about. So, Jen, I obviously we met you through Doug and Shauna, and so you were always commenting on our live stream, if you will, and you talked about
Chicken cock.
chicken cock. So I'm like, any girl that likes chicken cock is a friend of mine. But
And now you gave me fighting cock.
now I gave you fighting cock.
Yeah.
So I mean, I had to give you a sword fight battle at some point. So. But so thanks for coming. So you guys made a big trip to come up here to do the show.
We did. So I actually live in Findlay, Ohio.
Okay.
But originally from the southernmost part of Ohio, down in Lawrence County. Grew up down there
Nice.
On the river on the border of Kentucky.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is that
so
where you grew up? You grew up
I
there?
grew up
You
there,
grew
yep.
Okay.
Yep,
All right.
since I was about 6 months old. But I work for Marathon Petroleum,
Okay.
and so I got transferred to the Findlay to the corporate office. I guess about a year ago now.
And
So-
you brought your
Other half.
other half with you,
yeah.
Tony.
Tony.
Tony,
yeah.
say hi, Tony.
Hey, how's it going?
He actually grew up in Kentucky.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have strong ties down there.
So how'd you guys? I see you brought some things
Just a
that
few
Brought a
bottles.
few bottles that you like.
I couldn't.
The camera so you can see how many bottles are sitting in front of her. And you can tell she's a rye gal because I think they're almost all ryes, aren't they?
Well, and I brought this because I knew Doug liked rye too, so I
Okay.
wanted to
Gotcha.
share the rye.
So tell us what you have over there.
So the first one we have is a Knob Creek.
Creek.
Yep,
Double
twice.
rye?
Yeah, double rye, twice barreled rye.
Mm-hmm.
It's really delicious. Also an Angel's Envy rye, which we also love. I love all the Angel Envy's products actually.
Nice.
We also have, this was the first rye I ever tried, was the Basil Hayden's 2x2 rye.
Gotcha.
Also very delicious. This is my very least favorite rye, but at least
Kentucky Owl.
Kentucky
Your
Owl.
least favorite. Oh, my
yeah,
goodness.
but I gave it a shot,
Okay.
right?
Right.
Found somebody
But I'm
else that
loving
loves it, so it all works out in the end. And this is actually I love the Twin Oaks because, I like drinking something like I'm licking a door, right? I like that oak flavor. Right, so this is actually
I
a
have something to
Jefferson's.
say, but I'll leave it alone. Go ahead.
So this is a Jefferson's Reserve Twin Oak, which
Nice.
is also delicious.
I think I have Twin Oak, but I'm not sure.
Yes, we love the
Yeah.
Jeffersons.
I do too. I have a lot of different Jeffersons, and believe it or not, I for whatever reason, I really don't drink them. Woodford, the same thing. I love Woodford, but I very rarely drink it for whatever
So
reason.
you've had a lot of the different Jefferson's Oceans, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I just got me the 21, Voyage 21. So you've had, how many were we saying?
We started at 14, but I noticed you had a bottle of 6 over
I
there.
do have a bottle of
so,
6.
That's
Ah.
pretty impressive.
You're
so.
welcome to try it after the show. Okay. So
We're going to try the 21 on one of the shows.
I think you'll like
That's
it.
why I'm saying
It's
that.
delicious.
But she has a new member of her family over there as well. She didn't mention
Oh, the fighting
the
cock.
fighting cock.
The fighting cock.
So
which is
chicken cock and fighting cock.
which is
Can't go
delicious.
wrong.
Thank you
It
very
is.
much.
A little
It's
more
Heaven-
spicy
Heaven
than the
Hill
chicken
product.
cock, but delicious.
103 proof. Yeah.
Yeah.
So very good. So you take that home with you guys.
Oh, well, thank you.
Okay. So you were
So-
asking. Tony was asking about Heaven Hill stuff, and we do have some Heaven Hill products, but that's a good one to start with for sure.
Absolutely.
And it's very
So-
inexpensive.
Tell us about your story of your relationship with whiskey and
Okay.
how that all started. And
Well, I
how
never.
How long have you been a
Drink-
fan and all that?
Well, we probably started about 6 years ago, 4 or 5.
6 years
I
old?
don't know.
6
Yeah,
years old?
since I was 6 years old. Lawrence County, Ohio. If you've ever driven through, you know what I'm talking about.
Pick a plum town. Pick your
Yeah.
head out the
Right.
window. You're plumb out of town.
Free roll. So we are actually big University of Kentucky fans,
Okay.
and so we actually have got lucky one year and got season tickets. It's a lottery. And I was cleaning out my desk and got a postcard, and you have to send in a postcard, and they pick your name out. Just total luck, and we got it. So we get to travel to Kentucky and get to Lex and, watch Kentucky basketball games, which
Sure.
are the best things ever.
Yeah.
But Kentucky's also has a very rich history, of course, of bourbon. I think Tony's always drank bourbon. I was never really a big drinker. I was more of a
And Tony's from
wine guy.
Kentucky.
He is from
He
Kentucky,
is from
right?
Kentucky, okay.
So that's how we kind of got started. We were in Lex a lot, and so
And you liked him
there on a
back then?
Saturday night going to a
6
game.
years ago? She
Yeah.
liked you 6 years ago?
Yeah, of course. I was 50 pounds lighter.
Andrew Jackson said he never met a Kentuckian that didn't have a gun, a pack of cards, and a jug of whiskeys.
Amen.
Well, I got 2 out of 3 in town here, so
I'm in love with Tony already.
Shauna, move over. Greg's going to do the rest of the show.
We have
from
almost the
casting
same
couch.
hair. Mine's longer though.
So that was our first. So that's what we were down for a game, and we took a trip to the Jim Beam Distillery, and just really started. That's how we really started collecting then, and
Gotcha.
really started tasting, and just really. It's funny how you start out right with just the regular kind of brands, and then
Mhm.
oh well, now this is special, and then they make this, and then you just really expand your palate, and so we have an incredible time, visiting all the distilleries,
Right.
and stopping at every liquor store between here and wherever we're going, just in case, right?
You know that.
We have a whole plan. We always leave 3 hours early because we need that to get off the freeway and check this liquor store and go.
Yep, we left 2 hours early to come over today. So
Yeah, like we were saying at dinner, I mean, that's the thing about American whiskey. It just lends itself to so much variety.
yes.
That's really exploded with the popularity of bourbon in the last 10 years. So.
And that's what's fun about it too,
Mhm.
right? Everybody has a different palate. Everybody
Sure.
likes different things, and it's fun to just discover and try new things.
It is.
And
you
it's
know.
a sipper, right? It lends itself to being social and just chilling, and
Yeah.
Something to talk about.
Something to talk
yeah,
about.
I love talking about it.
I
Yeah.
share more stuff now than I ever have. Some stuff.
Because you drink too much bourbon, you're oversharing. Is
You're
that-
right. Lowers those
Yeah.
inhibitions.
No,
Yeah.
I have a lot of different things, but I won't get into any of that. We're fortunate to have Lizardville. So I don't know if these guys have told you about Lizardville or not, but Lizardville is a group of guys that have restaurants called the Winking Lizard. So they decided to open up what they have is called Lizardville, which is all different types of whiskeys and scotches
Oh wow.
and all this stuff, and a lot of their stuff is special blended for them. I think they're one of the largest, if not the largest, in Ohio for what they get. And so sometimes I want something, and I'm like, man, I really want to get that, but I've never had it before. So we'll go to Lizardville, and for like $5 a pour, we get
You
to
can
try
taste
whatever you
Pretty
want.
good amount of stuff and all kinds
It's
of.
pretty cool.
Do flights and whatever you want.
So if you guys have the opportunity to come back up here, maybe midsummer or whatever, we'll take you over there and just kind of.
Hopefully do a live show.
Yeah, well, that's something that I just start talking about again. I'm not going to go there on the show, but there's a pretty good chance that that's going to happen. But I think we're going to end up doing it here and not at there. So that's all I'll say. Not that
Right.
that's not enough cat out of the bag, but anyway. So yeah, no, it's great because you can go there and say. Because there's been times where I bought stuff and then I opened it and I'm like, why did I buy that? It was because somebody else liked it and I thought I got to try that. It's going to be good, But yeah, sometimes you get burned. And we've also come to the realization that just because something's $150 doesn't mean it's good.
Oh, you mean Kentucky Owl?
I beg to differ on that one.
Yeah, but that's what
Yeah.
I really enjoy about going to all the stores, and you talk to people who are passionate about
Sure.
bourbon. Like, where were we at Tottie's? We were at Tottie's outside of Louisville or somewhere. That's this little hole in the wall liquor store close to Bardstown, I think, right? And that guy, we talked to him for probably an hour just about all the bourbons and everything, and the history, because he's worked there for 30. I mean, it was amazing. It was just, I just really enjoy that piece of it.
I always say that it's amazing who you meet over a cigar or a glass of bourbon. It's amazing. You never know who you're talking to. I frequent a cigar lounge quite often, and to come to find out that these people that I've been making fun of and about their legs and all kinds of different things, and to find out that they're like judges and doctors.
Talking about legs, Polis is enjoying the shots of your legs today.
Oh,
because
thanks,
you've kind
Jeff.
of got the cameras moved around.
I have a good friend of mine. We call him Oil Well Jeff because he services oil wells. Probably the best service guy for oil wells ever. He makes a lot of money, and he's a great guy. And we have a great reputation, or I should say, great relationship, not reputation. We really don't have that good of a reputation.
No.
You
No,
or
not
me,
at all.
but anyway.
As you know.
But we have a lot of fun together. So he watches the show. A lot of times he doesn't get to watch the whole show for whatever reason, but he's always good about making fun of my legs, and that's still got a bigger penis. But
Still got what?
Huh?
What?
I didn't say anything.
He didn't say a word.
So Lindsay and Cameron are both out here watching, and
great.
Lindsay is very impressed that you're actually here to touch the sacred whiskey roundtable table.
She's cut off.
I don't know. I didn't lose any.
She just got here. Show's over.
And Cameron is drinking a beer out of a Four Roses glass. It's still 4:30 out on the West Coast.
Oh, that's
so
right.
Yeah.
Cameron, you can't even spell Four Roses. What are you talking about?
There's nothing wrong
How'd
with
you pick
drinking
that
a beer.
glass? No.
And then
he's funny.
Matt Souza has his almost empty glass of Four Roses and a Snickers bar.
Mm.
Oh yeah, he's.
What's
I
this?
think
What?
I think he's drinking what we're featuring tonight. If
Yep.
I remember him telling me that.
So I know
yeah.
that the Chagrin Valley Beverage over there in Bedford, if you will, they've got 6 cases of the Four Roses Single Barrel Select, and it is they said tell everybody. So I'm telling everybody, pay attention, kids.
Is that where we
So-
were at? Aurora?
So
They had 6 cases, yeah.
yeah. So have you guys had this? Yeah.
Mhm.
You have had it. Okay. All right. Good.
Yep.
Good deal. All right.
This is the small batch select. Is
Small
that
batch,
different
yeah.
than
Yes.
what they have at?
No, this is the same bottle.
Oh,
Same bottle.
okay.
Sometimes I pronounce it wrong. Sorry.
Okay, no, I
You
just
know,
want to make sure
I
because
have,
I'm still learning myself here.
And
So
for
they
all-
got 6 cases.
6 cases of that. They've been getting a lot of Buffalo Trace. They've been getting a lot of McKenna. They've been getting a lot of Eagle Rare, and this. They once in a while get some good 1792. Some of the stuff that you don't normally see here, but far and few. But they have received some of those different bottles. They had the Old Elk. They had 2 bottles of wheated and regular bourbon, and I just happened to walk in the door, and I said, "What are you doing with these bottles?" One of our Ohio picks, and they said, "We just got them in." I'm like, "I'm your man." So I bought both bottles. I have those in the box over here. I'll show you guys, but I'm not ready to open those yet. Not till I get 2 more. But anyway.
You have to have one to show and one to drink.
One to show, one to drink, exactly right. So, you didn't ask me what I was smoking today.
Gee, what are you smoking? What's going on?
I'm smoking a Diablo cigar. It's a Habano Ecuadorian double leggero wrapper. So it's a full body cigar, and it's anybody that smokes La Flor cigars knows what a double leggero wrapper is. It's probably one of the strongest cigars you'll ever smoke, and it smokes very well. I've been smoking the cigar since probably 2:30 today.
Have you really?
Yeah, on and off. And it's been consistent and hasn't come apart. It's been a very, very nice cigar. And we do sell these at Royal Havana Cigars. So
What's that address?
it is 38448 Lakeshore Boulevard, Willoughby, Ohio. Look up Dave, mention our name, pay double, and we'll give you an extra 10% off. Okay? That's all I got, kids.
Oh my goodness.
So good that things are opening up.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, finally.
Finally.
Yeah, Village Martini.
Village Martini just opened up today.
So that's big.
They renovated the entire place kitchen included, offices, everything. So he reached out to me earlier. I should probably
Go
try to
give him
get
a
out
hard
there,
time
give him a hard
sometime.
time. Yeah. So
Sometime this weekend.
yeah, we'll figure it out. So.
So I wonder, like, when places of entertainment will be. I guess they're going to be the last things to open up.
Like adult
Well,
entertainment
so
or just
we-
entertainment?
Entertainment,
So
you know,
we
theaters,
us
Gotcha.
living here in
baseball games.
us living here in Geauga County, the fair board has decided to move on with the fair. We're going to do a fair this year. So
Labor
that's
Day weekend.
Labor Day weekend. So I'm glad. I'm glad that somebody had some big kahunas that said, you know what, we're doing our thing, and I'm glad. That's what needs to happen. People need to get up. I mean, whatever. I'm not going to get into that, but I'm glad to see things opening and people getting back to normal.
I don't want to scare anybody, but I did just find out I have a case of corona.
You have a whole case?
Yeah, but don't worry, yeah.
You have any
I
lemons?
have a case of Great Lakes.
I was gonna say it's in the fridge.
Dortmunder.
I got 2 words for you.
Yeah.
You're stupid.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But I did hear though that Corona, they are going to change the name actually because of the pandemic.
We're going to call it COVID?
I just think that they should have done a little better market research before they released it under its new name of Ebola Extra. So.
Wah, wah, wah.
All right.
That's
What did I
so
say
funny.
before?
That sounds like a
You're
dad
stupid.
joke.
You're stupid.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to.
Well, that's funny because, think of all those product placements that have had to change their name. Like, when
Yeah.
we were younger, there was that weight loss tablet that you would have. and
Oh,
it's
yeah,
called
X-Lax.
No,
Oh,
it was called AIDS.
AIDS?
It was called AIDS. It
AIDS
was
and
like,
X-Lax.
It
lose
was.
weight with AIDS.
Sure was.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. No kidding.
So it's like, ugh.
As it turns out.
And it turns out, right.
Yeah, so that was kind of funny. Anyway,
So what are we drinking, kids?
we are drinking. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, it's right there. We're already on that camera. 4 Roses
Mm-hmm.
Small Batch Select,
Small batch of one.
which just got expanded into Ohio, one of the states this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited. New product
Mhm.
just came out
Yeah, I've
last
not
year.
had it.
It came out last year. Actually, my brother down in Texas brought me a bottle up, and that's actually the bottle that we're drinking from last year. So when no one else had it, he scored me a
You
bottle.
got it,
Surprise.
He
huh?
scored me a bottle.
Yeah, because 2019 Small Batch Select launched in Kentucky, New York, California, Texas, and Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got one of those lucky bottles, and now you can go to Chagrin Valley Beverage and
Now I
just
go to
get
Chagrin-
one
Thanks,
of 6
Steve.
cases.
Yeah, Steve, thanks. Could have went right out my front door. No, just kidding.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
No.
but yeah, so I see it all the time now. I like it. I've had it several times. I really enjoy it. So I think I could drink that on a regular basis for sure. So we
So it's 104 proof, right? And it's a blend of different
Mhm.
of some of their different mash bills, right?
Mhm.
6 different mash bills. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You want me to go into a little bit
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it? Are we ready
Do
to
your
do
thing.
that?
Yeah, do your thing.
Okay.
6 different
I
mash
can do
bills.
that. So 4 Roses, I think is kind of a unique name. So I'd like to find out where did it get its name from. And it began, the founder, Paul Jones Jr., the founder of 4 Roses, he fell in love with this girl and he sent her a proposal.
well, that's his first mistake.
And, yeah, tell me about it. She replied that if her answer was yes, she would show up to this grand ball wearing a corsage of roses.
Uh-huh.
And when she got to the ball, she had this beautiful gown and she wore a corsage of 4 roses. So he later named the bourbon 4 Roses as a symbol of his love not only for her, but for his love of bourbon.
Are they divorced now?
I don't know, honey. That was like 18 something. So
Probably
Well,
did.
Probably.
I wonder if she got the distillery. Go ahead.
maybe. So fast forward, the current master distiller is Brent Eliot. He is a native of Owensboro, Kentucky, and went to the University of Kentucky. Graduated. He became the master distiller at 4 Roses September 2015, and he's been involved in producing 4 Roses since he started with the company in 2005. So 10 years there. master distiller.
Right.
He was asked if he had a favorite Four Roses recipe. He said he finds it hard to pick out a favorite one, and it changes on his mood, and it also can change on the time of the year. And he said he seems to lean toward the single barrel in the cooler months, and the yellow label and the small batch in the warmer months.
Okay, makes sense.
So we're right on time doing the small batch,
Yeah.
since
Yeah.
it's finally warmed up outside. So you talked a little bit about Four Roses and the mash bill. They're the only distiller that combines 2 mash bills with 5 proprietary yeast strains.
So there are 10 separate
10,
recipes.
yeah, creates 10 distinct bourbon recipes, and each recipe brings something different to the batch. And mixing them allows them to come up with all different kinds of variations. As we mentioned, there are 6 different mixes in this one. 3 from Mash Bill B and 3 from Mash Bill E. And those have a 60% corn. Well, Mash Bill B has a 60% corn, 35% rye, and 5% malted barley mash, while Mash Bill E has 75% corn, 20% rye, and 5% malted barley. And then each recipe has...
But we don't know how much of each, so that's...
We don't know
Right,
how much
okay.
of each, yes. So they take 6 of those. They each have a different, I guess, flavor profile, you could say.
Okay.
And the ones that go into this small batch are the number 1, which has delicate fruits and rye, 2, which is rye and baking spice, 5, which is delicate rye and mint. So it's a big rye out of the gate.
So they all have K or O, if I'm right here, from what I... K slight spice and O rich fruit. So,
Okay.
Huh.
so hopefully we'll
We'll
see if that's what we pick
See
up.
if that's
here.
what we pick up on our palate.
Well, and they've got the other 3. They've got the barrel is a delicate fruit and caramel, a baking spice, and then urban mint. So, and then there are 4 others, and each one, if you go onto their website, there's a little box with numbers on it, and they will color in the numbers that into making that specific bottle.
Blonde. Okay. Cool.
So it's really cool. So let's see. We already talked about it's new. It just came out last year and hit the shelves this year in Ohio. If you are down in Kentucky anytime soon, they're going to have a show. I guess you could call it a show, but at Evergreen Liquors in Louisville. I don't know if you're familiar with that place. It's on Shelbyville Road between 5 p.m. and 7:30. The master distiller, Brent Eliot, will be there, and he's going to be doing a bottle signing of Four Roses Bourbon official Thunder Over Louisville bottle.
Huh.
So if you get a chance, just take 71 South, go down, check it out, get a bottle of that limited edition Four Roses, and have Brent sign it while you're there.
They're not doing any type of limited bottles, or does it say anything about that? Or no?
It did not. It was an event on their website. You can
We'll have to look it up. Look it up on the website, kids.
Yeah, Four
Yeah.
Roses website under events. And they've got a bunch of other events coming, but that's the closest one to today. So
Gotcha.
I figured, maybe we could drive down.
Road trip.
We've been known for a road trip every once in a while.
Just
Yeah.
5 hours away. We
Yeah.
could do that.
We could stop at a few places on the way, and on the way home.
Why not?
That's what I'm talking about.
Why not?
So, what do you think, kids?
So just this is a 6-year. I think we may have mentioned that earlier. It's 104 proof.
Yep,
Should I pass them out?
Pass them
let's
out.
do it.
There.
Do you remember about the picture? The Collins picture?
This is my least favorite part
There
of the
you go.
show.
That was
Just
What's
kidding.
that? Drinking?
Thank you.
Drinking, right?
Tell us about it.
I'm gonna get up. Excuse me, kids.
Do you remember the
Oh,
Times
wait.
picture where the
Let's
sailor
do our-
has
you wanna do our
walk
bottle
that
to the
over
camera? Yeah.
The Four Roses and stuff.
Pass it. Pass it. Pass it. To her.
Vaguely.
And even if you're here in the audience in the Whiskey Roundtable, you get to also partake in the tasting opportunity.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
And we've actually been known to taste some after the show. Just,
We taste after the show? Get the hell out of here.
Try a few things.
we've been known to do it once.
Uh-oh, what do you think, Shauna?
I just went right out my nose when I did this thing.
Mm.
You did the Eric Black technique.
Yeah.
Smells good. So you want me to talk about the
Yep,
nose, or you
let's
guys
do it.
want to smell it and try to see what you come up with first?
Mmm. I smell some brown sugar. Obviously
Classic-
some vanilla and
Classic vanilla and
caramel, and
Pepper.
I get some.
I get some fruit out of there
Oak
for
bark.
sure.
Yeah, I
Oak,
couldn't tell if it was
yeah.
fruit or floral. It was a little floral.
I'm gonna say I get dark fruit, cherry, prune, something like that.
You're close.
There's like a touch of a dessert
Yeah.
something in there. I can't think of the name of it. What's the thing we like? You like to get at the restaurants?
Creme brulee.
Yeah,
Creme brulee. Okay.
Okay, I can see that.
Like toasty
Yeah, a little
marshmallow.
bit of that toasted sugar.
How about herb and mint?
I don't smell any mint on. Sometimes I don't catch that until I try it. So I mean, just myself personally. Sometimes I will get something that I can't think of, and then find out it is. Sometimes when I try it, and for whatever reason, the way I breathe or whatever, I get that quick hint of something. It could be licorice. It could be Formula 44. I'm serious. I'm serious when I say that. Or lemon or whatever. You can
I do
sometimes
get
pick
some
up.
kind of stone fruit with this too.
Yeah.
Peach.
Yeah.
I get a lot of vanilla on the nose.
Yeah, I do too.
It's a classic,
All right.
classic
so-
bourbon.
So,
Nose.
what Four Roses indicated the nose has raspberries
Maybe
Clove.
some dark fruit.
Clove, definitely
Yeah.
clove.
and nutmeg.
Yes. I didn't get nutmeg. But clove is the other.
When
yes.
I read nutmeg, I thought, yep, that's what I'm getting.
I get wet
Okay.
clove.
Wet clove.
Yeah.
It smell. I mean, I smell like a wet. I don't know how to explain it, but wet clove though. That's about right.
All right, shall we?
I smell wet dog and dirty
shall
socks.
we-
So you showered today?
Everybody, run out and get you a
You
bottle.
know, I only shower once on Monday. That's it. All right, kids, let's go in. Let's do this. Let's try it.
What's the proof on that?
104.
It doesn't have a horrible burn though. Really, it's pretty smooth.
It's very pleasing on the palate for sure.
It's
I
very
Soft.
smooth.
I get something else
Soft.
on the. I get
Summer
something
fruit.
There
else.
you go.
Mm-hmm.
I get something
And,
else, but I can't pick it.
definitely the vanilla and some pepper.
So, Doug, you said that there was a stone fruit. The palate comes out with apricot.
Okay.
Um,
Peach, apricot. I was definitely getting some.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah, apricot.
I would say apricot.
Yeah.
That's the other thing I couldn't figure out what it was. I get it on the palate. I didn't get it on the nose, but on the palate. Apricot for sure.
Berries, vanilla, and light oak on the palate.
Okay.
It's got good mouthfeel.
That's very nice.
It does. Jen used the perfect word, soft.
Yep.
I always think smooth, but
Mhm.
soft is better describing
Yeah.
this.
That's how it feels.
The
A
finish,
little bit
there's.
of creaminess
Yep.
to the
Yeah. There you go.
The finish, they're saying, is a lingering spearmint. So there you go, Shauna.
Okay.
With a light touch of cinnamon. I can taste the cinnamon.
I don't get the cinnamon.
It's spicy.
Mm-hmm.
It's spicy,
It's spicy
on it.
like cinnamon.
And it's still there. Yeah. I could say, yeah,
It's warm.
like the
It's good. You get a lot of spice. Yeah, it's warm.
like big red gum, right? That
Yeah.
cinnamon
Yes.
spicy big red gum. That's
Okay.
what it is. Yeah.
Nice.
That's quite special, I think.
I think it's a keeper.
I do too. I'm gonna try it one more time.
I might be drinking more of this after the show.
Yes.
That's really nice. It is really, really nice.
What do you guys think over there? You give it a shot yet?
Sean,
or-
is there-
It's a little hot for me.
A little hot
I need
for
an
you?
ice cube.
I've already killed about half of what you gave me.
That sounds like a good
Requires
sign.
more research. Sorry.
Yeah, right.
Another glass of research.
Oh, see, when I just smelled it right now, I got a ton of cinnamon.
Yeah, it's got a great nose. I think to me that's what I like most about it.
Yeah. So
It's
kids,
just,
1 to 5.
fantastic.
What do you think, kids? 1 to 5.
why don't you start, G? We'll come around this way.
Well, I'd have to say it's a solid 4.
Okay.
Solid 4 you're giving it?
Solid 4. I'm giving it.
That's why I was just going back and I was looking. I was kind of cheating because I was looking to see, what did I rate some of my other things.
You've been the toughest scorer, I think. so
I have
far.
been the toughest scorer. What? What are you babbling about? over
Nothing.
there?
Just thinking about my mom.
I'm talking and you're thinking about your mother. Holy shit.
Anybody see my lighter?
Oh my goodness. I don't
No,
even
where's
know
the
what to
light?
say about
my
you.
blue lighter. Oh, keep it. You're smoking over there. Go ahead. I got
Here.
this.
Okay, so I may surprise you now with mine.
Okay.
The first number that popped into my head before Greg even started talking was a 4.2.
4.2.
Wow.
Well, I'm
Give me Dougie's lighter, please.
I'm kind of with you. I'm a big fan, I have to say. So I'm going to give it a 4.1.
Miss
Okay.
Jen, it's all up to you, girlfriend.
Oh, really? I would say probably around 3.75 to 3.8.
Okay.
It's good. It's better than average,
Mhm.
right? But
Mhm.
it's not one of my best. Not one of my favorites. But it's still really good.
Very good.
There we go.
Yeah,
All right.
I think this is one of the first weeks that we've all kind of been neck and
Yeah,
neck
close, yeah.
Yeah.
on our opinion of the
Yeah,
bourbon. of the-
I just love the nose on this, and I like the palate's very complex, but still, it's to me what's striking. It's very different than the nose.
It is
Both are
different than the
good,
nose.
but they're
That's what I like about a lot of bourbon. What you smell and what you taste are two different
different
things,
things.
yeah.
which
This
is
definitely
fantastic.
this
I
is
love that.
definitely in that category.
What anybody on our stream have any questions or anybody that's ever tried this that has
Put it
an
in the
opinion? Or?
check. Oh, Lindsay says creme brulee and marshmallow. She's just may have to try this.
Yeah, that's my daughter.
Shauna, you may need to put a cube in there.
Yeah, maybe a drop or two would probably open it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Cameron says he's had it. He enjoys it.
Wow.
Well, California, they get everything.
Oh wait, I think that's what
Alright.
he's answering. Sometimes it's hard because there's so many people
Yeah.
talking in between trying to run through the thread. Cameron says he says he'll highly recommend the Four Roses Small Batch as a cocktail whiskey.
Ah.
That
Yeah,
probably
I
would
would
be really good.
I would say yes.
I
Yeah,
agree.
that would
Because it
work.
is. See, now I'm buttery. Now
Yeah,
I've got
yeah.
the buttery on the back.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to hold up to a cocktail very well
Mm-hmm.
at 104 proof. So.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little water in there, and I get the butter.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
The hot
Opens it
Yeah,
up.
after I drink a little
Yeah.
bit.
Beautiful. Okay.
Well, I love it. So
It's very good.
Matt, I think you've been drinking too much because your spelling has just gone way down the crapper. And it's like I have to really read hard.
He's probably sitting on the
between there.
crapper. You never know.
Well, this is like his second time that
Get
he's
his leg
gone
in the
ups-
air. Go ahead.
Second time he's gone upstairs for another drink. Just so you know, he spelled third Therd. Third.
that's okay.
Well,
And
it's
second,
phonetically correct.
second he spelled Sekund.
Again,
Okay.
phonetics.
It's
It's fine.
efficient.
It's all good.
All right.
It's all good.
You figured it out, so it must be okay.
Yeah.
Too
Derek says what you smell and what you taste are definitely two different things.
far. Amen.
Yeah. That's for
Hey
sure.
Debo, the kids watching today?
And Matt says Matt says it's very reasonably priced, which I don't think that's something we went into. What is the
It's 60.
55, isn't it?
Yeah, it's $60.
About 50.
59.
I saw it 55.
$59. I
SRP.
think I paid
so.
for.
okay? So that's not terrible. I
No.
mean, I would
I-
would
no.
definitely pay that.
It's for this quality. I would say that's a very good price.
So I had 6 bottles of that, and I'm down to 3.
Wow.
So you like it?
Well, apparently a lot of people liked it. So, but
You've had some help.
so I did. That's something that I think is starting to become readily available. And again, there's a lot of stores out there, Market District and Chagrin Valley beverage and wine reserve, not only here in Bainbridge but also in Aurora. They have a lot of it too. Plus, they have a lot of the makers. I think it was the Cleveland Bourbon Co-op picks, if I remember correctly. If I'm wrong, Eric, correct me, or anybody from Cleveland Bourbon Co-op, correct me. But we're going to do a show on those eventually as well.
So Cameron's asking, how does it differ from the regular small batch?
Apples and oranges. Apples and oranges. This has got a more of a mouthful of different things, and it's very enjoyable. And the other is a little bit more stern than this product, in my personal opinion. I think this drinks, again, apples and oranges. This is a whole different beast compared to the standard that they've been making for years. So,
You mean
I think
this is a little softer?
softer. It's blended with a lot more different things than the standard is. So that's just my honest opinion. But
It's more complex.
it is more complex. Exactly
Yeah,
right.
I would say.
Chris Snyder says Old Pulteney 18.
Mhm.
Is that a whiskey?
That's a great single malt
It is
scotch.
a Scotch, exactly.
Okay.
Old Pulteney, he and I are big fans of that. So, all right, Chris.
All right, Chris,
Good
go back.
choice. And
Chris, go back to sleep. Go.
as we were the next 2 weeks, Chris, we're going to be doing single malt. So
Set your clock. Oh,
Yeah.
Pulteney.
next 2 shows. Although we're off next week, but we'll talk about that.
And the kids are on board there.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Grady, Trevor, clean your room. I love you guys. We had a good time last week. You guys were almost all good, believe it or not. So I give you on a scale of 1 to 10, a solid 7.5. All right, good.
And Chris, we got to figure out when you're going to be on the show and
Not too soon, Chris. Take your time.
have our little discussion about the Whiskey Rebellion. So
Yes, and this time we'll actually
Yeah.
cover it
yeah. So
live.
all right.
Do we have any, rumor has it there's a wizard floating around here somewhere.
It might
There's
be
a
time.
wizard.
Might be time.
Did he bring us carpet this week?
You got your magic carpet?
Huh?
Your magic carpet?
We gotta get you a magic carpet.
Yeah.
Oh, I had to put it on layaway. So.
Did you bring your condoms? No? Yeah? Okay, that was it. There it is.
my
The wizard's
Lance.
doing his thing. Go ahead.
So,
All right.
well, we have,
You ready?
yeah,
All
let's
right.
do it.
See you kids in a minute.
See you in a bit.
Hang tight.
Whiskey Wizard. It's the Whiskey Wizard.
Hello and welcome to the Whiskey Wizard, where we say that whiskey making takes scientific knowledge and artisan skill and dedication, and a bit of the wizard's alchemy of light, air, earth, and fire. So this week we have another product review, and while several episodes back we covered the Norland glass, and at this time, as it so happens, I've got another glass to check out. Well, I'd have preferred to look at something else before doing another glass review. As with the Norland, I just got this as a gift, and I figured we should check it out. It is important to the Whiskey Roundtable that we should check out and discuss any new interesting whiskey-related products that we come across, and that might be of interest to our viewers. So this evening I'm discussing the Neat Ultimate Spirit Glass. Our Silica Incorporated claims that in 2002, a simple glass blowing mistake revealed a single amazing concept, supposedly displaying the true expressions of all spirits. They say that from this mistake came a new scientific approach to drinking enjoyment and understanding. They go on to claim that their naturally engineered aroma technology, or NEAT, is the foundation for the best spirits glass available. They point out, as we've already discussed on our nosing episode, that flavor is 80 to 90% aroma. And they add every spirit's glass should display all aromas and enhance flavor. Okay, then our Silica goes on to discuss all the science about human olfactory physiology, as well as applied physics and chemistry sciences. Maybe I'm a little confused by all that, as apparently it all came about by a glass blowing mistake. Anyway, they say they've unlocked the hidden dimensions of distilled spirits with a spirit nosing glass that enhances drinking pleasure, enjoyment, and diagnostics. They claim to have made 52 design revisions over 9 years. Maybe that's where the science came in. They do have a nice video explaining how the glass works, and it does seem to make a lot of sense. I'll post that link on our Facebook page after the show. They further claim that the neat glass eliminates nose burn and numbing, enhancing the ability to detect, savor, and enjoy the subtle, wonderful aromas the distiller intended. Neat is the best spirits glass ever. Okay, that's a pretty big claim. They also say the Neat Spirits glass was tested against the Tulip, Glencairn, and other spirit glasses under controlled, uniform conditions by the University of Nevada, Las Vegas's chemistry department to verify the results. Independent sensory studies verified their years of research, they say. Other whiskey nosing glasses and spirits can't compare to the Neat's enhancement of aromas and flavor, according to our Silica. I do look, when I look at this, I do like the look of this vessel. It's shaped something like, maybe like a little spittoon, but maybe more flattering. It's reminds me a little bit of a pot still. They say other glasses, such as the Tulip whiskey glass, fail to focus aromas and instead concentrate nose-numbing ethanol, destroying your senses of smell and thus masking key aromas. Okay, let's give this a try. They tell the user to pour to the maximum bowl diameter, which should be about 1.5 ounces of whiskey. Now I've picked this Old Ezra number 7 for 2 reasons. One, it's got a lot of complexity, and it's also 117 proof. So if we're going to test the no burn aroma theory, this ought to do it. So, okay, we'll go ahead and pour as they suggest, right about to the thickest width of the glass. So they say to swirl, hold the glass level, and smell basically at the center of the glass in the rim plane for gathering all the aromas. So let's give this a try. Now they tell us as we go more towards the rim that we should be able to get really more of the diffused alcohol and other high-end distillates. So we'll give that a try. All right, so look, they note that adding water just shuts down the evaporation and results in much less aroma to savor. So I guess don't use this glass if you insist on adding water. Okay, I'm going to, just to be fair, I'm going to kind of do I've given my nose a chance to recover, and so now I'm going to come try this with my Glencairn glass as a comparison. I'm going to go back to the neat glass. All right, look, I enjoyed the attractiveness of the Norland unique nosing glass design that we looked at a few weeks back. And it certainly was at least the equal of my Glencairn glass for nosing and tasting. But this neat glass vessel may have lived up to its maker's claims. You do seem to get a kind of a burnless aroma in the center where you're like, oh, there's a lot of aromatic clarity going on here. You can actually find a point where the higher volatiles, or vapors if you will, like ethanol, are escaping, closer as you move towards the rim. And you can gather those aromatics separately before they whack out and do them hopefully afterwards, so after the main nosing, so they don't whack out your olfactory senses. Look, our silica may be really onto something with their neat class. So I'd say, yeah, you should get one of these if you're into tasting and comparing whiskeys. So the price is reasonable at $14 each. And lastly, the thing I really like about my neat glass is, well, this personalized inscription. And I'm sure that it costs a little extra. So that's it for this week. This is Douglas Dunbar, the Whiskey Wizard for the Whiskey Roundtable. And now, back to the live show. So
let's
I
talk.
happen to have something here. So I had some of these specially made.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Your special gift for joining us.
Look at her. She's
Look
so
at all
cute.
the gifts I'm getting. I got
You have to leave those.
bourbon.
You can take those to the door, but they got to stay here.
Oh, is that cool?
Very nice. Very nice. Beautiful.
What did you?
Oh,
What
look.
does it say?
Neat.
The Whiskey Roundtable.
Whiskey
Whiskey
Roundtable.
Roundtable.
Neat.
Roundtable.
That's awesome, man. That's great.
Oh, that is great. Thank
I'm
you.
gonna put
And
a
mine,
plan
of
in
course,
there.
that's the Whiskey Wizard. But
Of course.
That's
That is
great.
great.
That's-
Thank you
thank
so
you very
much. Actually, I'm going to pour.
yeah,
I'm going
so,
to take and see, but go ahead, Doug.
Yeah, some of the people in the audience maybe don't know, but they don't necessarily get to hear what the Whiskey Wizard's talking about in all cases. So what's supposedly the way this glass works, in a lot of the other shaped glasses, the volatiles get forced up to your nose. So what they did, and then in the center is where the actual aromatics are, the
Right.
aromas that you're trying to sample.
Right.
So by playing with the shape, they said they discovered by accident, and then they refined it. But what this unique shape does is it lets the volatiles escape around the sides, the high ethanol, and then in the very center you get this sweet spot where the aromas aren't masked by all the ethanol,
Gotcha.
and you can get a clearer taste. And so I did discover. Now they said nosing right at the center point on the plane of it. I couldn't smell anything there, but if I got a little deeper in the center, there was this kind of very clear spot where you really didn't have any of the alcohol odors, and you could really catch a lot more of the aromatics. And then if I went towards the edge, I could catch now the stronger, more volatiles if I wanted to check out what was happening there. So I was very impressed with it. I think they're onto something.
Okay.
Cool.
So I don't know if we want to.
Yeah, I'm doing a side by side. So
Yeah,
I did the smell test in each, and this definitely does take the alcohol smell out, so it doesn't
So
hit
they
you
say
as
to
hard.
fill about to the wide part there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you already did.
Well,
You're going to do your.
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna have much of this bottle left.
That's
okay.
all right. Don't worry about it.
I really like that.
That's it, the gentleman. Awesome.
Well, let me just start on the
You
floor.
noticed the
Okay.
difference?
Leave it. Leave it. Leave it.
That's
Leave
all right,
it.
we'll
Leave
get
it.
it later.
We'll get it.
Sorry. I'm a little clumsy. Did you
Don't
notice
worry
that?
about it.
It's
all
okay,
good.
me too.
It's all good. It's all good.
So you got to swirl and really get kind of everything going.
Definitely tames the
It
alcohol.
definitely
That's
does.
cool.
But my personal opinion,
Right?
I can't.
It is.
I can't pull anything.
It's like
out
a
of
little
it.
spittoon or a pot still, yeah.
Right?
Whoop.
But that's just, it's kind of amazing.
Yeah, I found pretty good vessel for certainly for nosing.
Yeah, the taste doesn't come out any different.
I don't think.
But definitely you get a different perspective on the nose.
Plus, it just looks cool.
It's so cute.
These are. I didn't make a mistake.
So, I recommend it. They're not too expensive, as we said in the Wizard. It's $14, something like that.
Okay.
Well, inscription costs a little more.
That was
But-
so sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I know. I have a souvenir.
Very nice.
So, do you have any news?
I was just going to say the
We
news
do.
is that Sidecar is never going to touch these classes. Just so you know, Sidecar.
Yeah, Sidecar, in case you're watching, he's at New York with his girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
So he left a day early. But he's bringing me back some gifts, that's all I know.
Attaboy. I'm sorry. You said, do we have any news?
Yeah, I didn't know if G wanted to start off.
Yeah,
with
we
that.
can do
Alright.
some news for sure. Hang on one second. I apologize.
That's okay. You're
Get all my glasses. I look at Doug Kostelnik over here. I got
Dougie
glasses, water bottles, got all kinds of stuff. Okay, kids.
looks
It's
like the
time.
wizard's cauldron, Lindsay says.
Amen.
Good.
There you
Good.
go.
Yes,
It
yeah.
is.
Lindsay, you just went up
It
2
does
more
look
points
like
on my scale over here,
Good
girlfriend.
observation. It does look like a little cauldron.
It does. That's
Uh-huh.
it makes it even more perfect now.
Yeah.
Okay, Buffalo Trace Distillery, kids. Weller Single Barrel Bourbon. All right. Now the distillery has announced that we can expect to see new label this summer and every summer for the foreseeable future. I wonder
Say
if-
that again?
Okay, so the new Weller
Yeah.
Single Barrel Bourbon. They're
Yeah.
saying that the distillery has announced that we can expect to see the new label this summer and the ever summer for the foreseeable future. Which
Every summer.
Really?
that's what they're
Yeah.
saying. So,
That's exciting news.
Yeah.
so that includes everybody but Ohio. Okay? Because the bastards can't seem to get it past the line. But anyway, so they do their little teasing thing where they're gonna. Are you guys gonna? We're gonna do what we normally do and festival,
carrot.
so to say, and everybody's got to get there, and then they're gonna auction off a bottle. Okay, so we'll see what happens. Sorry, that very sore subject with me.
Just a little. I couldn't
Just
tell.
a little. That just pisses me off. Many of our Weller fans have been asking for single barrel bourbon for quite a while, and we planned for this edition for a number of years. So we're excited to be able to make this happen, said Joshua Steely. Josh, if you're listening. Okay. Marketing Manager Bourbon, our rye bourbon mash bill has a variety of options like Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare, Stagg Jr., George T. Stagg, E.H. Taylor Jr. So it's nice and be able to offer some variety of wheated bourbon mash bills as well. So we'll see what happens with that. So it's the new Weller is 97 proof, middle point between traditional green label, special reserve, and 90 at the hotter red label. Yeah, excuse me. That's what happens when you drink all day. Hey kids, if you want to drink all day, you got to start early in the morning.
That's
just
right.
So
you
know.
can't drink all day
So-
unless you start early.
So the middle point between traditional green label, special reserve at 90 proof, and the hotter red label, antique at 107. So look for this to be somewhere around the $50 mark, just so you all know. So you got any news?
Yeah, something a little more rich. A 1762 vintage bottle of cognac, one of the oldest surviving cognacs in the world, sold for $146,000 at online auction. The Gautier cognac is only one of 3 surviving bottles of the spirit. It was sold on Thursday by Sotheby's Auction House.
So you're bringing it next week?
So we'll be doing
Yeah,
that on the
okay.
show next week.
Yeah.
So they just auctioned off the full line of, I don't remember where it was. They did a fundraiser. They just auctioned off a full line of Pappy Van Winkle, all 5 bottles. And it sold for, I believe, for $21,600.
Holy crap.
So I know that
Yeah.
a lot of you distillers are worried about secondary market, so I just want to say thank you for that. So,
But we do cover a little bit of cognac news, right? Since Rayon is one of our
Rayon
sponsors.
is one of our sponsors.
Yeah.
So,
That is some
yeah,
great cognac.
That is
So,
fantastic.
uh,
I still have
actually-
to get me some, and I plan to
Well,
do
I'm
that.
actually
I'm
getting
gonna
ready
go
to order a bottle for a friend of mine, that Sidecar, who is giving it as a gift to a very, very good friend
Oh,
of his. He
that
grew
would
up
be
with.
an excellent,
So
very nice gift. To
I
give
think
someone.
that'd be great.
I
So
didn't even know I liked cognac until I tried their
I
cognac.
that
didn't
stuff
either.
is unbelievably
Didn't I?
good. The best cognac I've ever had. So, all right, honey, listen. You had ordered some Pinhook.
I did order some pinhook.
So Pinhook has announced the very first vintage of their new rye vertical series.
New rye.
New rye. So they don't have this. This is their first rye out. So it's a 4-year age statement. The series follows a group of 950 barrels of 95% rye.
Holy shnikes.
5% malted rye whiskey distilled in Indiana in 2016. The first release blend of 50 barrels aged for 4 years will be our introduction barrels. Over the next 9 years, we'll be able to taste the rye whiskey annual releases as it ages for 4 years to 12 years. So how about
Wow.
that? So the 4 years of 97 proof. I was looking for the price on it, but I don't see it. But anyway, $45 a bottle.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
$45 a bottle. So tasting notes describe aromas of tangerine peel, cinnamon stick,
Ooh.
toffee, and dried apricot, molasses, toasted cedar, and clove. That sounds very nice.
It does sound really. That sounds
very nice.
delicious.
So, what do you got, Dougie? You got anything
So
else?
Lafroig announced their 2020 Caballeros release, and that's a no-age statement release from Friends of Lafroig, and it was supposed to be for the Isla Fest, which was canceled.
Right.
Like
That's
so
right.
many
That's
things.
so many things.
It's a marriage of classic Lafroig with a second fill ruby port, Berry K, along with whiskey double matured in ex-bourbon barrels, followed by ex-red wine casks. It's bottled at 52% ABV without chill filtration, and it retails about $80. So I will be looking for that. The last release that I bought is one of my favorites. So you got another one?
I do.
Good.
I do.
Let's go.
So
I do. I say.
So anybody knows me knows that I am like to cook and entertain, and I do a lot of catering. So
You are very entertaining.
I am very entertaining. That's right. I even wore underwear today.
Get out of
So,
here.
I didn't even
Were
play
they
it.
clean?
No.
Oh, well.
No. The
Well,
dog.
come
wore it.
on. You got to start somewhere.
But he turned them inside out.
I did. And when I'm done, I use them like a
Close
shower
enough,
cap.
right,
But
that's
anyway.
right.
All right, y'all done playing?
No.
You're all stupid. But anyway, all right, so spice up your salad. I didn't say toss your salad. I said spice up your salad with Buffalo Trace bourbon vinaigrette.
Ooh.
That's
I'm
right.
behind
So
that.
use it as a dipping sauce for veggies, marinate for chicken, steak, or pork. Just cover the meat, soak it for an hour in the fridge. And the best part, it takes less than 10 minutes to make. How about that, kids? Get your pencils out, because I ain't playing right now. All right, so the recipe is this. All right. 1 tablespoon of minced shallot, 2 tablespoons of bourbon. They coincidentally use Buffalo Trace, since that's what their thing is there. 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, 1.5 teaspoons of maple syrup.
Ooh.
They use Watson's Barrel Aged. I don't know if you can get that here in Ohio. You might have to order that online.
We
too.
are in Maple Syrup County, though.
We are in Maple Syrup.
So
County.
we should get some good
Actually,
maple syrup here.
I think we're one of the bigger contenders of maple syrup than any other state in the United States besides the country of Canada. But anyway, half a teaspoon of sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, 2/3 cup of olive oil. Mix all that stuff together, and you got a party in your mouth. So give it a shot. So that's all I got
So
for news,
are you
kids.
going to try that this week?
I am. That's why I printed it.
So did we talk about the Wild Turkey Masters Keep Bottle and Bond 17-year-old?
No, we have
don't
not.
That is
think
arriving.
so.
It's,
It is arriving.
The Masters Keep series first launched in 2015, the same year that Eddie Russell was named the Master Distiller for Wild Turkey.
Amen.
So that's supposedly, it doesn't say exactly when that's going to release, but it's bottled 100 proof, limited availability of 14,400 bottles. And
Wow.
it will be available June 2020. That's just around the corner.
Nice.
With a suggested retail price of $175 a bottle.
Good birthday gift
So,
for me.
yeah.
And Doug.
Yes, that's right.
We're both Junies. Hey, no, we're over here. Over
Oh,
here.
what'd you guys get here? Hey, welcome to the Whiskey Roundtable. Glad y'all could make it.
So that's what I got for this.
That's
week.
it.
Yeah.
All right. Are we done?
I guess that's it.
You don't have any parting words of
Oh,
wisdom?
No
course
party.
I do.
Oh, that's what I
Okay,
There you
all right.
go.
You know, I wait all week for these.
I can't.
So since I'm literally dying from lack of baseball,
Yes.
Okay.
here's one from the great Tug McGraw.
Ah.
Tug said, 90% I'll spend on good times, women, and whiskey. The other 10% I'll probably waste.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, kids. We are your hosts, Big G.
Karen Helen Keller.
Doug Dunbar. And our special guest,
Jennifer Boggs.
All right. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. We're off next week.
I'm glad you all watched the show. Have a safe weekend. We'll catch up to you shortly. Good night.
so long everyone.
Stay safe. Yes.
If whiskey stopped working, every bar in town would be closing their doors, shutting down. Everybody would be trapped with their thoughts, 'cause nothing numbs the pain like bourbon or scotch. Oh no, oh no, no. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped, poor Jack D would be out of a job. Jameson and Bean would be cut off. Hank Williams songs wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, this whole damn world would be a mess. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped, oh. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably halfway out of this town, leaving Tennessee.